The green people of Solaron. The temperature outside the bubble is over 100 degrees Celsius. The 30-hour day on the planet Solaron is only half over. Solaron, which is in a galaxy 20 light years from Earth, was colonized by 100 humans in the year 2186. Now, in the year 2215, the colony has a population of 2,000. These people can live here because the colony is covered by a huge plastic bubble. Inside the bubble are schools, stores, offices, and other buildings. The artificial atmosphere is made up of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and the other gases that make up the Earth's atmosphere. Outside the bubble, there is no air, except for a single bright sun that always shines. The sky is black. The hot surface of the planet is covered with red sand, rocks, and boulders. Zara Star looks out the window of her 9th grade classroom. Through the window, she can see the clear plastic bubble that encloses her world. She can see the horizon far off in the distance, where the black sky meets the red soil. Suddenly, the bell rings, and Zara and her twin brother, Lars, gather their books and walk quickly to their lockers. As they pass through the corridor, some new students have just arrived at the colony, gape at the Star twins. The new students never seen green people before. The twins ignore the stares of the new students. They don't mind being different. In fact, Zara and Lars are proud of being green. They are part of an important experiment that appears to be successful. Green is good. Scientists on Earth wanted to know whether human skin cells could act like tiny plants by using the energy of sunlight to make glucose from carbon dioxide and water. This process, called photosynthesis, produces glucose, a sugar plants use as food. If human cells could make their own food, scientists thought colonists on planets such as Solaron would not have to grow so much food. With less need for grown food, the colonists on Solaron could have smaller farms. This would save precious space under the colony's bubble and conserve limited energy resources. Green people could help Solaron in another way too. Oxygen is a byproduct of photosynthesis. So human photosynthesis would be a source of oxygen. Green people would give off oxygen just as green plants do for other people to breathe. To begin this great experiment, scientists first made copies of genes, aka chromosomes, that control tiny green food-making organs in plants. The technique for gene copying, called genetic engineering, had been developed in the 1980s. At that time, scientists put the copies of the plant genes into special viruses. These viruses were similar to the viruses that cause the common cold, but researchers changed the viruses slightly so that they would go only to skin cells after being injected into human volunteers. When the virus reached the skin cells, the plant genes inside the viruses joined the human genes inside the skin cells. As the plant genes began to work inside the skin cells, the volunteers slowly turned green. That was because the plant genes were making chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a special green chemical that captures the energy of sunlight to use for photosynthesis. Because the sun shines all the time on Solaron, the green skin of the volunteers carries on photosynthesis every day. Green people shed old skin cells just as other people do. And just like other people's, their bodies make new skin cells. Each new cell is an exact copy of the parent cell. So green people never lose their color. Because Zara, Laris, and their parents are green, they live in a special house with a clear plastic roof. Sunlight pours down through this roof onto the members of the star family as they go about their chores. When the stars wake up in the morning, they are never hungry because their skin cells have made glucose during the night. Some of the glucose leaves their skin cells and is stored in their liver. When the body needs food during the day, the liver releases some of the stored glucose. So Zara and Lars never have to eat foods rich in sugar. At lunchtime, when their schoolmates are in the cafeteria, the Star Twins and other green students go to a special room called the Solaron. It has a clear plastic ceiling that allows the students to get plenty of sunlight. The students read, talk, or just lie back and close their eyes, imagining they are relaxing on a beach on Earth. Meanwhile, their skin cells are storing the sun's energy. The new kids in town. Most students are used to seeing green students sitting next to them in class, but today all the students are staring at some new volunteers for the photosynthesis experiment. These new students have red skin. Scientists succeeded in putting a special pigment, a colored chemical called anthocyanin, into skin cells along with chlorophyll. In the leaves of plants and trees, anthocyanin pigments are different colors under different conditions. In the fall, when the green chlorophyll of leaves breaks down, the red, blues, and purples of anthocyanins start to show. The leaves are said to change color. Just like fall, we start to change color with the seasons. The new students have a red pigment in their skin cells that hides the green color of the chlorophyll. However, the chlorophyll still works as well as it does in green people. Scientists want to experiment with different skin colors. That way, volunteers could have a choice of what skin color they want to be. The scientists hope that being able to choose from among many colors will make more people volunteer for the experiment. Then there will be more people on Solaron making their own food and producing oxygen. In a few days, no one will notice that the red people are different from anyone else. Everybody is too busy with their schoolwork, dances, parties, sports, and families. After all, says one of the students, it doesn't matter whether you're green or red. We're all just humans.